Cherthala Mass Murder, a series of disappearances which led to a shocking discovery. In 2025, police in Kerala uncovered a property in Pallippuram, Cherthala, connected to the disappearance of a woman named Jainamma. What initially appeared as a single missing person case soon revealed evidence suggesting multiple victims spanning years. Investigators suspect the property may have been the site of a series of murderers. The first clues were as the following: from missing person to the crime scene and how the investigation began. Jainamma, reported missing in December 2024, was traced through her last known phone location to the residence of Sebastian C.M, a 65 to 68-year-old real estate broker. Acting on this lead, police obtained a search warrant and entered his property in July 2025. During the search, charred human remains, skull fragments, teeth, and personal items were discovered, indicating potential foul play. And the victims were identified by investigators. The missing woman and the victims over the years was Jainamma, missing since December 2024, Bindhu Padmanabhan, missing since 2006, Ayisha, missing around 2012, and Sindhu missing approximately on 5 years. Investigators noted that several of the women were middle-aged, lived alone or in isolation, and had some or the other financial or property dealings with Sebastian. These patterns suggested a potential serial crime spanning more than a decade. Let's see how this crime was identified, or how the police identified the crime and the evidence that uncovered the scale. The discovery of charred human remains, including bones and a skull fragment, along with personal belongings of missing women, led police to suspect multiple murders. The timeline of disappearances from 2006 to 2024 indicated that the property could have been used repeatedly to conceal criminal activity. This transformed the case from a single missing person investigation into a potential mass murder probe. And let's see how the suspect profile is. The prime suspect leading Sebastian C.M, a local real estate broker, became the central suspect due to his connection with Jainamma and property ownership, where remains were discovered. Police reported that he has been non-cooperative during interrogation. Investigators are using phone records, financial transactions, and property documents to establish links between him and the missing woman. The investigation teams who is handling the case, the Kerala police and the crime branch together. The case is led by the Kottayam crime branch with support from the Pallippuram police. Forensic teams are conducting DNA analysis, skeletal examinations, and tracing personal belongings. Investigators are also reopening cold cases of missing women in the region to identify potential links and confirm the number of victims. The search and evidence collection is on the next way. A detailed examination of property was conducted. Police conducted thorough searches on Sebastian's property, including excavating the land, draining a pond, and inspecting septic tanks. Ground-penetrating radar was employed to detect buried remains, while forensic teams collected all evidence, including burnt bones, teeth, and personal items. Each piece of evidence is being sent for DNA testing to establish identities and determine the time and cause of death. And the possible additional victims are extending the investigation or reopening the cold cases. Investigators are examining older missing person cases in Cherthala and nearby regions. Bindhu Padmanabhan, which was the case of 2006, Ayisha, the case belonging 2012, and Sindhu, the case belonging 2018, are being reviewed for connections to Sebastian. Families of the missing women are providing DNA samples to confirm their identities. police aim to establish a pattern and determine whether the property was used repeatedly to commit murders. Evidence and forensic, which include DNA, skeletal analysis, and personal belongings. Let's see. Forensic teams are analyzing bones, teeth, and skull fragments to determine the number of victims, cause of death, and approximate time of death. Personal belongings recovered from the property are being matched to missing persons. DNA comparisons with relatives are crucial to formally identify victims and link them to the crime scene. Let's see where the investigation stands, and we have also some updates from the Kerala police. As of August 2025, police continue to investigate Sebastian C.M. The property has been fully examined and the DNA results are awaited. The crime branch is also coordinating with local police to trace all potential victims linked to this property. No additional arrests have been made, but the investigation remains active with the possibility of uncovering more victims or suspects. But, as usual, there are also challenges in the investigation. Let's see why this case is so complicated. That is because we have multiple victims and a very long timeline to cross. The investigation faces several challenges, such as disappearances over a span of 15 years. Suspect is non-cooperative. Remains are charged and fragmented, complicating identification. Property may have been used repeatedly to conceal crimes, and old complaints were delayed or unresolved. All these are enough factors to make the investigation more challenging. These factors make the investigation complex too, but meticulous police work is ongoing to ensure all evidence is documented and also verified. As of now, the search is still continuing for the justice, and let's see what we, the public, should know about this. The Cherthala case remains under investigation. Authorities emphasize that conclusions cannot be drawn until forensic results confirm the identities of victims and evidence is fully examined. Families are being updated and police are working to reopen old cases linked to the property. The truth will unfold as investigation progresses. Stay informed through verified sources only as the investigation continues. Justice for the victims remains the priority. Stay tuned for more updates.